Rattling rubber on the asphalt tonight. Speeding through chaos in the setting light. Hit the brakes and brace, crash and race, cause it's a glorious sight. Tires, skids and sparks flying in the fray. Engines roaring as we twist and sway. Every turn and edge of an epic play. In the world of racing we come out to play. Oh, we love the sound of tearing steel. Crashing race cars in this pack. Feel the rush that makes the heart beat fast. In this mad race where nothing is real. Gunning the throttle, no time for fear. In this gray smoke we disappear. Chasing shadows in the blur of fear. Crashing race cars make it loud and clear. We're the kings of the asphalt might. Stars in the dark of the roaring night. Crashing race cars, eyes closed tight. We live in the blink of sight. Oh, we love the sound of tearing steel. Crashing race cars in this pack. Feel the rush that makes the heart beat fast. In this mad race where nothing is real. Gunning the throttle, no time for fear. In this gray smoke we disappear. In this gray smoke we disappear. Chasing shadows in the blur of fear. Running the throttle, no time for fear. We're the kings of the asphalt might. Stars in the dark of the roaring night. Crashing race cars, eyes closed tight. We live in the blink of sight. Oh, we love the sound of tearing steel. Crashing race cars in this pack. Feel the rush that makes the heart beat fast. In this mad race when nothing is real. You don't have to talk too much tonight either. Tires, skids and sparks flying in the fray. Engines roaring as we twist and sway. The smoke rises to clear the way. In the world of racing we come out to play. Boom. Oh, ignore all that there, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Daytona International Speedway, where we are going back to 2003, 2004 era, as we are looking at the old Daytona International Speedway, where the grandstands are on the back stretch, and the front stretch is only 2 layers at the edges. Tonight, these competitors are going to take to this big 2.5-mile super speedway to fight the bounces around this track. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are currently in qualifying. Tonight, joining me up here in the booth is the one, the only Dakota LaRue. Dakota, what are you expecting out of these drivers here today?
Well, I don't think I've seen these drivers in this car yet per se, but with this looking like the older track and this car combo, should make for a very interesting race. I'm assuming we're gonna have a good bit of side by side and some high flying action here.
Oh yeah, these drivers here definitely always do that. Let's go ahead and head down to the track as we catch up here with Jack Kelly out of Betzendorf, Iowa.
Well, I don't think he meant to. He did get to the wall pretty hard there coming down the front stretch after he crossed the start-finish line.
Yeah, that might invalidate his second lap if that is the case.
and so far I think we got about 6 drivers who have yet to qualify, so that should put us 24 drivers for the night.
Last lap, last lap it did not count for Jack Kelly, but his fastest was a 51.446, so that will put him 16th quickest so far.
You know, it might help to open my trading paints up, huh?
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
I was sitting here like, these cars don't look as good as they normally do. And I was like, oh, that's an iRacing paint. That's probably why.
Yeah, definitely. And we're still waiting. It seems like nobody else is going to come out, possibly.
Yeah, we got about 10 seconds left to qualify at the moment, so I don't think anyone else is going to be able to. But we're in for a pretty good race tonight. What is it, about 80 laps? Yeah.
Second here, as we're going to get ready to get these drivers underway here.
So in the chat, I see Let's Go Ryan Warp, happy birthday Richie Joplin. And how's it going? Let's get it. And thanks Blake Vegan. Appreciate y'all for stopping by.
Absolutely, and we are getting things set up down here on pit road at the moment. So let's go ahead and take a look here at our starting lineup for tonight's event. Starting on the pole, it's going to be Aaron Rowland with Joe Bonner to his outside. Steve Vest and Kyle Hess will make up row number 2. Row number 3, you got Barry Nelson and Blake Viken. Terry Fennell, Jonathan Stidham make up row number 4. Row number 5, you got Truth Hoke and Richie Joplin. Row number 6, Austin Sale and Ryan Wart. Steve Sizemore and Aaron Roth will make up row number 7. Row number 8, Robert Morris will be joined by Jack Kelly to his outside. Dwayne Davis and Ronald Piles will make up row number 9. Row 10, Andrew Teft and Kensley Smith to his outside. Kirby Wainscott and Timothy Eisburn will make up row number 11. And row number 12, Steve Casil and Trevor Fettig will round out your starting lineup for tonight's event. And these drivers are starting to roll off down pit road now.
You know, I think Andrew Teft's got the best paint tonight, in my personal opinion. I don't know what it is, but that gold and white just looks really good with the Miller Lite sponsored Ford Toys.
Oh yeah, definitely looking really good for sure.
That Starling car looks pretty good as well.
Let's take a look at something here real quick. I know. I feel like the cars look a little crunched up in the stream.
Yeah, they look a little more, it looks like your bit rate's kind of low. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's weird. Let's see if that makes any sort of difference. But we're going to get ready to go. Green flag, Aaron Rowland. Joe Bonner will bring the field to the green flag. Pace truck is off. And we are underway right here at Daytona International Speedway. Good jump there by Aaron Rowland on that inside. Joe Bonner not able to clear that 06 of Steve Vest. But Aaron Rowland, he will go up and pick up Bonner. And they're going to ride around that outside for the time being. But here comes Steve Vest now in that 06 machine. Coming around the inside. And looks like he's now got help out of Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine. Really great start here for these front three drivers. Roland Bonner and Kyle Hess in that 86. He was able to sneak up into that third position there.
And one of my favorite parts about this track is on some water, hitting the waves.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, the bumps here are absolutely ferocious if they're not careful. You know, these bumps, you know, you hit it just wrong, it will throw the car up the track and into the car in front of you. And trust me, I know from experience, and it's no fun.
Yeah, especially once the tires get wore down a little bit. Place it back to the 87.
Yeah.
Two about third place back.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, these drivers are running at 190, you know, right now in the draft. You know, so they're not going too terribly fast like the 87s. But, oh, big wobble there out of somebody. Let's see who that possibly was. Might have been Richie Joplin in that 89 machine. As they're looking to go 3 wide. Joplin thought better of it. So it looks like right now your top 8 or 9 drivers are single file. And as I say that, of course, one car has to jump to the outside there. And yeah, Barry Nelson, he's usually not one to really hold back in that Domino's Chevrolet. So he's going to be up there all by himself until that 3 cars behind him catch him. But other than that, everybody else is currently running single file here heading into turn number 3.
Yeah, part of me wonders if that was a strategy to try to get so I'm sure he knew he was going to drop back there.
Yeah, that's definitely very possible. You know,
a little bit of contact between the 08 and the 3. Sent the 3 on the apron, if they're able to keep it straight there towards the back of the field here.
well, let's go ahead and ride on board here with Barry Nelson. And let's just see how bumpy these corners really are as we come through turns 3 and 4 here. Look how much the cars move around. Alright, so he will go ahead and get himself in line in the back. Let's go ahead and jump back up front here with your race leaders up here. Aaron Rowland in that number 66 currently leads the field with Joe Bonner right behind him. Kyle Hess, Terry Fennell, and Steve Vest. That will run out your top 5 as they come flying down the back straightaway.
Yeah, the top 8 had pulled away, but Ryan Warp leading the 6th pack got back to
Yeah, around this place, I don't know if you've really ran this configuration of Daytona. It's definitely a very, very bumpy ride, and you know, one wrong move that could spell disaster.
That is very true, but it really, I feel like you got to make your moves early and kind of relax late, unless you save tires pretty good. As this track does wear the tires a lot more than the newer version of Daytona.
Oh yeah, definitely, it really does, and you know, a lot of the time, you know, got trouble behind him. That's Ron Miles in that 68 machine. Oh, and Timothy Eisburn, he gets spun. And that's going to bring out our first caution.
We almost made it through that caution free.
Yeah, almost. So let's go ahead and go back here and take a look and see what happened. First off, Richie Joplin in that number 89 machine. Yeah, he got, just looked like he kind of got right hooked just a little bit there. And then right behind him, Timothy Eisburn looked like he was trying to check up, and then
If you rewind that a little bit, I can't tell who that is. I think it's like the 38 or maybe the 68 there. He slowed up a lot and got off the track there, and that caused the whole stack up right in front of Timothy Eisburn.
oh yeah. That was definitely the 28, I believe, of Nelson that did that massive checkup. But for the most part, it looks like Timothy got away, you know, unscathed from damage. I know that Richie Joplin, he got a lot of damage on that one, so he might need to use his fast repair today. Or, I'm sorry, early on in this.
I'd definitely say he got a lot of damage, as I got a picture here of him driving with his wheel rolling behind him at the moment.
Alrighty, while we are under caution, I'm gonna we're gonna go take a very quick commercial break. I'm gonna double check a couple settings here real quick on my end, and we will be back with you here in just a hot moment, so just bear with me.
He's opening the door right there.
With a head of steam moving to the outside his chin. Richie says it can't be done. Tony Shallen says turn on the reggae music. If you're gonna pass me, you're gonna do it high.
There is just one more lap remaining, and look how close Rudolph is. It got the slipstream.
There we go. 2 laps to settle it in the Blue Emu Firecracker 400. Whatever you got to give it now. Back to green we go.
On the final lap, side by side, they still run wheel to wheel. Now, through the snake, the S as we go. Quaro edges ahead. Modolf is still there.
White flag, one more to go on the Daytona 250. Keplinger leads that lap. Who's going to lead the last one?
To the line, look at that. Dave Chapman, he's going to sit there on the outside final corner. Has he got it done?
Continuing to go side by side for the lead through 3 and 4, and they manage it safely. Now through 5.
And hunting for a way by it all. Round 2 between Phil Sell and Rudolph.
To the outside. White flag is out side by side. They make contact in the turn number 1. Ooh, gets onto the grass now, down to the inside. Andy T, a little bit of a wiggle, and the perfect crossover there from Polly Portson to defend the position. Andy T totally sideways. They're still sideways going into Siberia. back. Car broke down.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we're not going to go back through our rolling grid. Alright, come on now, you don't have to show it. I don't know why it does that. But we're doubling up here, and we're going to come back green flag racing. I hope it does look a little bit better for you guys. Just want to say hello, Jordan in chat. Let's go LNG's Power Sports. Juliet, let's go after it, Sizemore. Number 66 and the 53 fans are in chat. And Tipsy says, boom. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get ready to come back green flag racing. We've seen these drivers quickly get single file. So I'm expecting to see that here once again as we go back green flag, and Aaron Rowland, Joe Bonner will bring their cars back down into the restart zone area. And we are green flag racing once again here at Daytona International Speedway. Really good jump there by Aaron Rowland. I'm expecting him to jump up in front of Joe Bonner, which he does right there. And that's going to open up the door for Kyle Hessen, that number 86 Hess Chevy, to start making his way to the inside. And right behind him, ladies and gentlemen, it's that number 15 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet of Kensley Smith. Kensley Smith did not waste any time getting up here towards the front of this field, as the drivers, they will come through turns 3 and 4 this time. And fly back down the straightaway, back to the start-finish line. And now we've got two lines really formed up here at the front. And Aaron Roth, he will retain that race lead from Terry Fennell in that 50, who's trying hard to get around him on the outside there in that number 50 Budweiser machine. Freckle Face Crafts, let's go Ryan Warp. Yeah, right now Ryan Warp back there in that 19th spot, just biding his time. You know how Ryan Warp works. You just give him a few moments and he'll make his way up through the field but before this thing is over. As we come back up here to the front of this field, and Terry Fennell, he's going to win it. And we have an incident here in the tri-oval. Ryan Warp is involved. The 21, the 92, Robert Morrison, Timothy Eisburn involved again, Trevor Fettig involved, and really, really big damage there for Timothy Eisburn in that number 92 machine. Timothy Eisburn's day just went from bad to worse. So let's go back.
Yeah, luckily he might not have to use the fast repair on the first incident.
Yeah, let's go back here and see what happened. There was a small checkup. Oh, Eisburn gets major air. But there was some sort of checkup right in front of him. Yeah, it looks like that number 68 of Ron Piles had to check up a little bit, which caused Timothy to check up. And that 42 of Stidham, look how much air Eisburn gets right there. The 21 of Robert Morris involved, unfortunately. And then just Ryan Warp, absolutely nowhere to go. He almost had it clear, but he doesn't seem like he got too much damage off of that. he will keep it off the outside wall. So Ryan Warp, he should be all right. Very unfortunate there for a couple of those really fast drivers. Okay, I know Ryan Warp is part of a team, but I'm not sure what team. Let's come back down here. Let's take a look. Ryan. Where you at? Alright, I don't see Ryan down there. We'll just have to wait and find out, because for some reason, again, it didn't, it being mean to me.
Timothy uses fast repair and is back out on the track here, so do have that at least.
Yeah, taking a look here at Jonathan Stidham, I don't think he used up his fast repair as he was just sitting down there. And same with that number 77, I'm sorry, 711 of Trevor Fettig. He's still down here on pit road getting his damage done. Alright, so we should get the one to go signal this time from our pace car. Alright, so Terry Fennell and Jack Kelly, they will lead the field to the green flag this time. Richie Joplin, Aaron Roth, and Steve Sizemore, that will round out your top 5. And Austin Sale, he will be up there as well in that number 300, technically showing number 3. Taking a look here, Trevor Fettig, he fixed up just about 2 minutes of repair. Dwayne Davis in that number 27, a minute 32 with repairs. Wayne Scott showing 1 minute 6 seconds, but I don't think Wayne Scott was involved in anything here. But Stidham and Vest both with under 25 seconds of repairs. Alright, so we're lined up. We're going to get ready to do this all over again. know, Dakota, I absolutely love seeing our fans in chat rooting on their favorite drivers. Chloe, she's coming in. Hello, Chloe, welcome in. And we are back green flag racing here at Daytona. Terry Fennell, Jack Kelly will bring him. Oh, trouble already on the straightaway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The whole field is getting clobbered on this restart.
I blinked. It missed it all. Almost.
Looking at the live stream. Wow. Let's go back and take a look at the.
Yeah, it kind of looked like someone started going before the leader did there. I believe that 89 machine got into the back of the 50, lifted his rear end up there, and it just sent him right around.
Yeah, so the 50 just came back up across the track, and everybody else had absolutely nowhere to go. That 55 of Truth Hope getting spun around there. The 38 involved. The 15 hard on the gas. Or, I'm sorry, hard on the brake. He might have got away scot-free. But, man, we had maybe just about 15 drivers involved in this one. Alright, let's see how Steve Sizemore held up here. Third. Nah, spun it out. And just an absolute parking lot here on the front straightaway. Well, if anybody needs any sort of, if anybody needs a bumper or two, we got some for sale down on the front stretch. Let's ride on board here with Truth Hoke in that number 55. And just absolutely nowhere for a lot of these guys to go. Timothy Eisburn, he was involved here. He was able to sneak his, almost sneak his way through.
Barely caught the tail end of it.
Yeah. Let's run on board here with Steve Vest in his number 06 machine. It just happens so quick here. Not too much harm done there for Steve Vest. Want to do one more on board, and that's going to be with Kensley Smith in that number 15 machine. Yeah, he lifted up that 300 car. But man, oh man. A lot of good race cars involved in this one. Well, hopefully not a lot of people had to use up their fast repairs in this one. That's just very unfortunate there, as we do have some drivers now coming down pit road. Looks like almost the whole entire field, they're coming down. I think they're just going to take a look and, see what kind of damage they need to get fixed. Kensley Smith, he did a stop and go, topped off on gas. He didn't have too much damage on his race machine. I know Kyle Hess, I know that he had a lot of damage on that number 86 Hess machine. Terry Fennell heading out of pits as well. Ryan Warp coming out of pits. Blake Viken in that number 84 machine. He got a little bit of damage in that one as well. But Timothy Eisburn in that number 92 getting damage fixed. Along with Truth Hoke in that number 42, Jonathan Stidham.
I will say, I think they got that glitch to where everyone didn't get past the start-finish line, so it's trapping a couple people
Yeah.
lap down here, and they're trying to get that situated at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I was watching. You know, as you guys see right there on the scoring pylon, you know, Casil is 50 seconds back and losing to Kelly in that number 38 machine. So we're just gonna try to get all that figured out. And you know, so what the glitch that we're talking about is when you go green flag and the moment the caution comes out, if not all the cars pass the start finish line before that caution flag waves, those cars that did not pass the start finish line, they will need to be stopped behind the pace car, and that causes the issue of you know, of multiple cars being one lap down, when in all reality they really are not one lap down. Looks like Jack Kelly here though, he started to fall back to that 16th spot. And so it looks like Steve Cassell is going to take over that top spot with Joe Bonner second. But here comes Jack Kelly to possibly retake his rightful spot. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, so that should get everybody all figured out. So Jack Kelly, he will restart this race. And I believe when we do go back green flag, if there are any black flags due to this, I'm sure they will all get waived, get taken away. So don't worry about it. You know, with the with any black flags that may arise, and let's go ahead and get our belts pulled tight, because we're getting ready to go green flag racing here once again as these drivers exit turn number 4. That outside lane really needs to start bunching it up here. As our pace truck is off, Jack Kelly, Steve Casil will bring them back to the green flag here at Daytona. A little bit of a stack up again on that inside, and it's still falling back. One driver, Stidham, stepped out of line to avoid making any contact with anybody. But this time it was a clean start, and you're not clear. The one is around. Watch out, everybody. And we are back under caution once again here at Daytona. And as you guys saw it, we're going to go ahead and just come back, watch it again. So that was just the one car trying to clear himself, but unfortunately not able to fully get cleared. And that's going to bring us...
to his credit, he was clear when he first started coming
Right.
out. The 08 had such a good run coming into the corner. He just didn't have enough time to completely clear him.
Yep, absolutely. Hey, how you doing? Wait, somebody put him in the booth. But ladies and gentlemen, we've got the one, the only, that driver, that number 42 Starlink machine of Jonathan Stidham. John, man, how's your race going so far?
It's not bad. Just trying to avoid the stuff going on in front of me. I just want to apologize to Tim 92 for that last caution. That's just such a checkup. These things do not break. So, but yeah, it's not going bad. Riding around on a caution right now.
Absolutely.
Throwing water bottles out the window.
I knew I saw something fly out from your car. I thought it was either that or one of the pool noodles that's on the roll bar.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I had to. I didn't like the color of it. They put some bright pink ones in here, and it's very distracting. So I threw it out.
Smart move. But
yeah. Hey, you put me back.
Absolutely.
Where were you at?
I was in previous 5, I think.
Alrighty, sir. Have a good one. Good luck on the rest of your race.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, driving that number 42 machine, Jonathan Stidham.
Wow. Alrighty, we're working lap 23. This is the fourth caution so far. We got over 60 laps to go, and I got a good feeling. I think this restart here, we're going to have a pretty good green flag run. I will say, I think these drivers are out the pit after lap 45 or so, if I had to guess. But we should be getting ready to double up these cars next time by. Getting ready to go back green flag racing here very shortly. Alright, so we're crossing the line for lap 24. We should be ready to go back double file here. Looks like Jack Kelly in the 38 machine is going to be leading us back to green. Going to have Joe Bonner outside. Jack's looking for Steve Sizemore to give him a pretty good push here. Keep him out that lead, and Robert Morris is going to be trying to give Joe Bonner everything he can on the outside.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's try to get these guys rolling again. We opened up with a nice green flag stint, and then we just had had a little small hiccup.
Like I said a minute ago, I think they'll get it sorted out here and get a pretty good long green flag run. I don't think they'll have to pit till about lap 45 or 46 for green flag pits if we do get to go that far. So, should have a decent bit of laps here on green flag.
Alright. Bumpy road tonight, very bumpy. Tipsy, looks like a derby a little bit, and we need a Sizemore interview. Alright, if we do end up getting another caution, we'll try to get Steve Sizemore up here. But Pace Truck is off, and we are going back green flag racing here at Daytona. Jack Kelly, Joe Bonner will bring them back to the green flag. And the green flag is out here once again. Everybody starts rolling such beautifully on this one. No stack ups. As we are going to head down the short chute back over to turn number 1. Little bobble there out of that number 38 of Jack Kelly. And that just shows, you know, how bumpy these the entry to these corners are. You know, he had a big wobble there heading down into turn 1, but he's able to keep it straight, nice and easy, as Sizemore is pushing that number 38 machine. One car length out in front of Bonner, and now Sizemore, he's looking to overtake for second, and here comes Austin Sale right behind them on the inside. That outside lane having a lot of trouble trying to gain its momentum, as they are currently falling all the way back to that 4th spot. Bonner not able to make anything happen on that outside. So, oh, that 08 Sizemore gets wobbly loose. And another slight tap. What a save by Steve Sizemore.
Yeah, that did not look very good, but he did get a really good save there.
That is wrecking without wrecking here at Daytona in these cars. That should have definitely been a big caution right there, but Steve Sizemore, being the wheelman he is, he was able to keep it nice and straight. And that pretty much singled everybody out front for the time being, as we see that number 84 of Blake. No, I'm sorry. Truth Hoke in that number 55 machine. Stuck to that outside. He will get down here in front of Barry Nelson. And now your top 10 will run single file.
Yeah, don't look now. Dale Sr. all over the back of the 38 at the moment in that 3 machine. It's playing. But also Sale all over the back of that Kelly.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, there's just something about these race cars with the number 3, you know, for senior. Like, you know, here on the service, we see that number 3 car all over the place. Right? But on, like, the newer Cup cars, as you see Austin Sale trying to get to the inside of Kelly now, not able to do it. But that 3 car just doesn't look right on any of the other newer cars. But it looks absolutely amazing on these Gen 4s.
Yeah, speaking of 3 car, he's trying to channel his inner 3. As you've seen him make a couple bold moves here to possibly get to the inside of the 38. While you're watching that, see if I can find anything interesting going on here. Does look like we got about a 10-car breakaway. 11th place he drove on, or leading the second pack here. Right out all the way through the field for the most part right at the moment. but this second pack is getting racy. It looks like the 27 machine and the 21 to Dwayne Davis and
Yeah, that top 10 cars broke away. And these guys are just about 10 laps away from halfway, so we're slowly getting to that halfway point, and as of right now, Jack Kelly, Austin Sale, Aaron Roth, Ryan Workman, and Richie Joplin is your top 5.
as I said earlier, I believe these drivers going to pit somewhere around lap 45, maybe add a couple extra laps there.
Second pack here being led by Joe Bonner in that number 53 machine with Sizemore all over his back bumper. They got Andrew Tuff right there in that third spot. So, whoa, one car just goes flying off. That's that number 1 car. What a good save there by Steve as we have trouble. There it is. Oh, 1 car, 2 cars upside down.
15 flying through the air like a Beyblade as well.
Yep, Steve Sizemore was upside down. That number 15 machine of Kensley Smith, he was upside down as well. Let's go back here and take a look and see what happened. Too early, but there was some sort of big checkup, and Kensley Smith got ran over by that number 42 machine. Luckily, they did not get into the back of that number 84, and both drivers, well, Kensley Smith, he's just being a ballerina right now, spinning sideways, and here comes the rest of the field. That 42 absolutely gets clobbered. The 15 clobbers the 92 clobbers the 15. The 15 did not go upside down, but man, that 42 just went for a wild ride. Let's watch it here full speed. Oh, massive hit there. You know, we just got done talking to Stidham in that number 42, and you know, he was talking about trying to bide his time and everything, but it didn't work out very well for him, as you see Kensley Smith heading out of pits. Just like I said, let's see what we can do about getting a Steve Sizemore interview, if he's here in Discord. Yeah, he is. Hey,
what's going on, Steve? Just cut our mic in the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, yes, sir.
Hey, Steve.
How's your race going so far? Sorry about that.
Yeah, go for it.
How's your race going so far, Steve?
Well, that was a little bit exciting there for a minute. When we jumped the outside line. Whew.
Yeah, it looked like Kensley Smith just went around like a Beyblade up in the air there for a moment as well.
Yeah. I got like 30-some seconds of damage on the rear end, and I think that is making me super loose, so I'm going to sit here and get it fixed.
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to let Mike ask you some more questions here.
Yeah, we were actually watching you heading down into turn number 1, and that 08 machine absolutely just went completely sideways. And, you know, I thought that was seriously going to be a big caution right there, but, man, let me tell you what, you saved it. And not only was I impressed, but everybody here in chat was impressed as well. And, you know, we're actually...
Yeah, I think the whole field was a little bit impressed. I didn't wreck the whole field.
Yeah, absolutely. And Type C in chat, wanted us to do a Sizemore interview, so we brought you up here, asked you a few questions. Hope your race goes pretty well here.
It's hard to pass, so I'm doing everything I could to keep track position and get back to the back. Plenty of time to make it back.
Yep, definitely plenty of time. We still got over half the race to go, so just bide your time, take your time, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you here at the end.
We'll do it, folks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 08 Chevrolet, Steve Sizemore, getting damage fixed up on his Budweiser machine.
Steve, before we let you go, I got 2 more questions for you. 1, again, which channel were you in? And 2, did you bring an extra set of the pins for after that save? I say this every week, you always got to have an extra set.
I'm telling you, I need to start keeping something close, that's for sure. Oh, man. I can't believe I saved it. I'm glad I did get wrecked. I didn't expect it to jump out on me like that.
That's very fair. Was you in free use 5?
Yeah, I believe so.
Alrighty, sir, I'm gonna move you back and good luck on the rest of your race here.
Man, what an amazing save there by Mr. Sizemore back just a few laps ago. Definitely got my attention there, and now we're gonna look forward on to this next restart where we've got Austin Sale in that number 300 machine, which is sponsoring, or which is rocking out that number 3 paint job. And Ryan Warp in that number 45 machine, he's up front now, running in that second spot.
In a D-Vault paint scheme, kind of giving me, I think, Matt Kenseth vibes. I believe that's who drove the D-Vault. I could be wrong. Probably gonna get crucified for saying that, but
yeah, Matt Kenseth ran the number 17 D-Vault machine. You don't remember him taking out Joey Logano at Martinsville?
oh, I remember that, but
Oh, the memories, the memories.
I just heard something over the radio. Sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. Anyways, yeah, I remember Matt Kenseth taking out Joey Logano. That's probably one of the best NASCAR moments for me. He 100% deserved it, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the green flag is getting ready to wave. Austin Sale, Ryan Warp will bring the field back to the green flag. Here they come out of the short chute there. Ryan Warp, he will take over that top spot.
Yeah, Ron.
And just look at them come flying down the back straight.
Looks like Aaron Roth and I believe Richie Joplin trying to get that outside lane to work, but they need a little bit more help. It's about a car leaning back from the 89 at the moment.
Yeah.
Ooh, 28 is coming up. Excuse me.
Yeah, that was close. But yeah, that outside lane, because of these bumps, it's very hard for them to really get any sort of momentum going on that outside lane. But when you've got, a couple of these drivers like that 28 and that number 3 car, jumping between that low lane and that middle lane, it gets very hard to be predictable, As you see that 28 getting down on the apron, And that 55 has to check up, and so does everybody else. And now here comes Aaron Roth in that number 57 machine around the outside, trying to take over that third spot now.
Yeah, Barry Nelson's going to have to try to get whatever's going on figured out very quickly here. He's going to end up causing an incident as the yellow flag does come out there, I believe, for...
Yeah, Steve Vest. Steve Vest looking the wrong direction here, here in turns 1 and 2. Let's come back here, take a look, see what... Wrong button. Let's try that again. Yeah, just that really big stack up, and Trevor Fetzig just got into the back of Steve Vest and turned Steve Vest around.
Let's go check something here. That would be next season. I need this season.
Oh, you know you love it.
Alrighty here.
Well, I was gonna say let's get Ryan Warp up here for an interview, but he's not here in Discord. So Ryan, if you hear me, buddy, if you want to do a quick interview, jump into Discord real quick. Sometimes these drivers, they will tune in and watch the race while they're racing. So,
all right. So I'm looking at the schedule here. So today being the 9th, obviously we got Gen 4 2008 Daytona.
Yep. And
the
this
next race we're doing is going to be Dagan the Trucks.
Yep.
So that should be a pretty good race. We're going to have Atlanta in the next gen. That should be interesting. iRacing Superspeedway coming up in the Gen 4 as well. About January 30th there, and then around out the season we're going to have Daytona the next gen. So which one of those 4 races are you looking forward to the most?
I am absolutely looking forward to iRacing Superspeedway with the Gen 4s. Talk about nostalgia. Going throwback to NASCAR Racing 2003. I mean, it's going to be an absolute blast watching these cars run around that track.
Hear me out. iRacing Superspeedway with the 87s.
That will be interesting. Yeah.
Because you got so much more banking there.
Yeah, that is true.
And that big bump coming in to the corner and exiting out of the corner, I feel like it would eat the bump a lot better as well. But I don't know. I've never actually tried it, so.
Yeah, that
could be something to look forward to in another season.
Yeah, possibly. As of right now, we're not sure. Starting for the following season, we're not sure if the Full Send Friday Night Series is going to return or not. We're still waiting on confirmation on if the Friday Night Full Send Series is going to return. But I know that we've got some really big races coming up. Tomorrow afternoon, starting at noon, we've got the Cannonball Run. We're going to be taking some rally cars up Mount Washington. And we've got, what is it, about 16, 17 cars on tap for that. So that's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow right here on Racers Elite Network. Yeah, I mean, a lot of good stuff coming up, guys.
I will say we do have a schedule for season 5 of the Full Send Superspeedway series. So,
yep, and those will start all in February. So, you know, definitely don't want to miss next season as well. And you know, this is the final race, you know, between all 4 series that's currently running to figure out who's going to be in the chase for the championship. The final 4 races. So, you know, this is a big one for a lot of these drivers, and it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see who's in and who's out at the end of this.
And I mean, looking at the points, it looks like the top 12 get in. Steve Vest is only 1 point behind Steve Cassell. So that's going to be the closest fight there to get into the top 12. William Skinner is about 34 points out. Drew Took about 45 out. Joseph Bonner's about 49 out.
Yeah, so it's coming down to it, and you know,
And
if somebody wins here tonight, they're going to lock themselves in. So if we have a no repeat winner this season and somebody new wins, you know, as long as they meet the criteria, they're going to race their way into the chase.
that is fair, but I do want to point out Kyle Hess is currently sitting 11th in points with 173 points. We got Steve Cassell with 173 points sitting 12th. Steve Vest 172 points. So those three, I said 2 a minute ago, but those three are really close to each other, all within a point, right?
Yeah.
So if someone does win, you know, that's either going to put Kyle Hess or Steve Cassell out, most likely, unless Steve Vest just gets a really good finish, like ahead of both of them.
Yeah, as of right now, Steve Vest is back in that 17th spot. Steve Cassell in that number 1 is up in that 13th. And the other one we were looking at was who?
Kyle Hess.
Kyle Hess. He's up in 7th at the moment. So if it were to end now, Kyle Hess would probably be the one to make it into the chase. But we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Ryan Warp, Austin Sale, and the green flag is back out here at Daytona International Speedway. Barry Nelson right on the back bumper. Ryan Warp. He's getting that number 45 DeWalt Ford Taurus up and moving as they're going to sit here and climb up here into turns 1 and 2. But Nelson, he's going to fall back now, not able to stay on the back bumper of Ryan Warp. But that's going to allow Truth Hope to get right on the back bumper of that number 3 machine. And he's looking to the outside of that number 3 now. Truth Hope, he's looking to overtake for the race lead here on the back straightaway. Oh, 1 car out. That's Blake Veekin in that number 84 machine. What a wicked save. Let's go back, take a look, and see what happened to Blake. Just coming out of the turn number 2, and there was just a big checkup behind him, and the 08 did not slow up in time, but man, look at those quick hands getting that race car quickly back under control. Very unfortunate for Blake Veekin in that number 84 machine as we come back out here to your race lead. Right now, Truth Hope will lead that that inside lane with Terry Fennell in that 50 right behind him. Ryan Warp in his DeWalt machine behind Fennell. Barry Nelson, Richie Joplin, all in the top 5.
So Truth was able to take over the lead there.
Yeah, something I want to point out from what I'm seeing with Barry Nelson and that number 28 machine, it looks like he's having trouble staying right behind his competitors, as, you know, I don't know if he's checking up and then just losing all that momentum, but, you know, Richie Joplin, you know, quite a few times here, he's gotten a look on the inside like he is now. And he's just, I don't know what's going on there with Nelson. He just seems like he's having trouble keeping up speed up in that 4th spot.
Steering down too low or something. It's like any minimal input he makes is kind of jerking him all over the place.
Definitely, as we see Kyle Hess in that number 86 machine, trying to make it work on the outside, and he's got Aaron Roth, I believe, with that 57 behind him. But they are still continuing to fall back here on the top side in 1 and 2. Big checkup by that number 3 machine. Everybody had a scatter, but everybody's still facing the correct direction as they come flying down the back straightaway now. he came, he just left the pits after 16 minutes of repair on his machine. As of right now, it looks like your field is all single file. Your top 14 are single file down the back straightaway, and then Dwayne Davis in that number 27 is leading a pack of 4 cars that includes Andrew Teff, Jonathan Stidham, and Kirby Wainscott.
It's sort of like some of these guys are kind of just falling back on purpose because they know they're possibly going to be
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible, you know, and, you know, even though we only have, you know, 12, 13 cars up in this lead pack here, as you see the field going around that 7-Eleven machine of Trevor Fettig, you know, just because of the way these bumps are, anything can go wrong. Even back with Dwayne Davis, Teff, Stidham, and Wainscott, you know, one wrong bump, and that could spell disaster for those 4 drivers back there. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these drivers are going to go, as we do have a caution, and it is going to be back here with Andrew Teff, Kirby Wainscott, Stidham, and Dwayne Davis. I mean, I literally just said anything could happen, especially with those 4 drivers. So let's go back here, take a look, and see what happened with this pack of 4. Davis just got turned by Teft. So Dwayne Davis, he was taking a little bit of a higher approach into the corner, and that just allowed Andrew Teff to get right underneath of him. As you see here from Andrew Teff, just right there, that's how quick it can happen. But it looks like those drivers there didn't get too much damage, so they should be all right here. Keep in my cockpit view, Kirby Wainscott. All right, Kirby, let's go back and see what you saw, buddy. Well, Kirby, what a good job at wreck avoidance, buddy. Now you can just keep pushing from there, man. Good job. All right, so we got some drivers down here on pit road getting some damage done. Taken care of. Andrew Teff down here on pit road. Jack Kelly in that number 38 machine. He's down here. Jonathan Stidham in that number 42 machine heading back out. And Steve Vest in that 06 machine getting some damage done on his machine. Alrighty, Dakota. So, what's your thoughts about this race? Who do you think is going to get it?
Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell, but I say if it goes green, whoever's in the lead's got a pretty good chances. It does seem pretty hard to pass.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It seems like, you know, once we get things running another way, you know, whoever ends up, you know, out front after 2 laps, maybe 3 laps, you know, at that point, it seems like nobody can pass it. So that's definitely what we're going to be watching for sure. Alrighty, guys, pace truck is off. Ryan Warp, Richie Joplin will bring him back to the green flag here at Daytona. And we are back green flag racing. Blake Beacon in that number 84 machine. After that big save on the backstretch, he's made his way back up here into the top. And something happened back here with Jack Kelly in that number 38 machine. Let's come back here and take a look, see what happened. Oh, something happened to him. He just lost all power. But back out front, Ryan Warp is being pushed there by Blake Beacon. Kensley Smith in that number 15 made his way back up into that 3rd spot. Austin Sale, Joe Bonner, Richie Joplin is your top 6. And True and Company is coming right behind them as well. Austin Sale, he is all over the racetrack at the moment. Not sure if he's just having trouble handling that number 3 machine over the bumps late into this run, or if he's just getting a really bad push by Joe Bonner in that number 53, but they are losing on the top 3 really quick here, and so they really need to get themselves straightened out before they lose the top 3. Everybody is single file at the moment. And we've got just about 3 different groups put out here. Your top, just about your top 8 or 9 in one lane. And then you got a group of like 6 or 7 cars behind them, and then everybody else in that third pack. Kensley Smith in that number 15, he's falling back on that outside all the way back to 8th now, but he's going to get help from that number 55, Truth Hope, here on the front straightaway, heading up into turn number 1.
I mean, unless somebody can figure out how to get the outside line working, I'm not seeing a lot of potential for passes here. As the 3 gets under the 84, I believe it is, and sends him right around Blake Beacon.
Yep, so Blake Beacon coming to a stop on the back straightaway, and he's going to start going. No caution. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened here. Yeah, it looked like Beacon just tried to fill up a hole there that just really wasn't there. And he got into the back end there of Beacon, and I'm sorry, Sale got into the back of Beacon. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, but now we definitely got 3 distinct groups there, as you guys can see right there on your screen. And it's all being led by Ryan Warp in that number 45, DeWalt Ford. Everybody just currently running single file, letting laps wind down. This next time by, we're going to have only 25 laps left.
I feel like these cars are just being really tough to drive today. It's just a lot of people are having trouble holding the steady line per se.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you there. You know, we normally see these cars, you know, definitely running more, you know, in a pack. But with what we're seeing, this definitely very interesting, not seeing that outside line not able to gain any momentum.
And I mean, they're not even really pushing necessarily on the inside line. There's a half a car gap or more between the leader and second place right now, but no one's getting a good enough run to be able to really do anything.
You know, and the funny thing with these cars is, you know, their noses and their backs, they're really flat, so you can really push on these race cars, you know, with no issues, but it seems like they're just having a hard time sucking up to each other to really get a good run anywhere on this track.
Across the line this time, and you know, time's starting to wind down here for them to be able to make some moves. So if someone's going to get something figured out across at some point, I would do it now, early, before you know you don't have a chance. Behind them, did a really good job checking up for that steep side one. And those two are battling for a chance to be in the playoffs here, so that battle should be getting a little bit more heated.
Yeah, we're definitely coming down to the closing laps here. You know, just 21 and a half laps to go now. So, you know, it's going to be go time here in just a few laps as these drivers are starting to spread themselves out a little bit. And here comes Joe Bonner. I'm sorry, Steve Sizemore in that 08 machine. He was looking to go high, but nobody went with him. So that kind of separated the top four from everybody else there for just a couple moments.
You know what? My bad. That would be Steve Cassell, Steve Cassell. Right now, Cassell's going to have it. Sizemore way up the track, and that's going to open up the run there for that number one machine. And so Cassell, Smith, Hope all looking to get around Sizemore here as they come up here into turn number 3 and 4. And so Sizemore, he's going to latch on back in that white spot. So right now he's just biding his time now, I feel, as they come to 20 laps to go this time by. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how close these guys are to fuel as well. Yeah, that's a really good... 3-car round. He saves it.
Hold on to it, boys. And before we get too much further, we'll go ahead and roll back here real quick. Take a look. Yeah, he may have got a little help there at 53 of Bonner, but he was able to save it. Truth Hope getting up into the wall just a little bit, but everybody's going to go ahead and get themselves sorted out, as there is a separation now between Ryan Warp Joplin back to Joe Bonner in that third spot. They're out to just about a 1 second lead.
Is there a chance we can see a Ricky Bobby stall finish?
Well, if these cars back here in this little group do not get themselves organized, it's very possible that we could see that, as, you know, no, they are slowly gaining. They are slowly gaining on them.
Oh yeah, once Bonner starts catching the grab, he's gonna have a good chance to actually try to pass it.
Oh, definitely. Oh.
Going to pits.
Yeah, so Richie Joplin and Ryan Work, they're coming down pit road. Joplin got a better exit or entry onto pit, so he'll take over that top spot. Now it's going to be very interesting to see how much longer everybody else will wait. We have 18 laps to go here at Daytona.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought Richie Joplin was about to get decimated there. Sounds like the 86 is going to be pitting this next time foul. 57 getting ready to come down pit road. Yeah, we have a... Oh, contact it. Slow it down. More contact to 1 sideways, to 15 sideways. Hold on to it. Don't move. Oh, right into the 300 machine. Big issues coming down pit road here. And unfortunately, that will not bring out a caution, as it is off of the racing surface. So that is going to really screw up. Yeah, so let's come back here and take a look. And it looks like everybody started coming down, and that 15 was trying to come down too. But that number 1 machine just didn't really give Kensley Smith a lot of room, and when Smith went to back up to turn around, he came right into the path of that number 300 machine of Austin Sales. So Sale, he's going to have a little bit of damage here as well, and they've lost the pack, so that's definitely very heartbreaking for that 15-1 and the 300 machines. honestly, that might have just cost Steve Cassell a chance to get into the playoffs today.
That is very true.
Because I think it's going to put him a lap down currently.
Yeah, as of right now, he is. So we're going to have to see how it all rolls out when it's all said and done. As Terry Fennell, Ron Piles, Barry Nelson, Truth Hope, they're going to stay out this time. I thought they were getting ready to make that hard left. But they're going to go ahead and stay out, and they're going to continue to march around this 2.5 mile speedway. Just about 6 seconds in front of Kirby Wainscott and Spittle. Nelson all over the back bumper of Ron Piles in that number 68 machine, almost getting him, turning him up in turns 1 and 2. He was able to hold on to it, and they're going to continue to put cars laps down as they come through turns 3 and 4. Next up on the chopping block to go lap down is going to be that number 15 machine, Hensley Smith, going 1 lap down. Number 300 going a lap down here as well on the front straightaway. 13 laps to go. These drivers still got to come down pit road probably here at some point, as they've been out for just under 20 something laps. So about 23 laps. These drivers out here still marching through 13 laps to go this time by Joe Bonner, Steve Russ in the number 53 and 06 machine. They're next up for Terry Fennell and company as they go through turns 1 and 2 and start heading back down this back straightaway. It's going to be very interesting to see what this top 4 drivers will do, as, laps are running down. I don't know if they have enough fuel to make it all the way or not.
That is true, but they could be looking to try to get
That is true, as we have contact in the back. The three machines lost a wheel, and the hood is up on that machine. Stay off the track. What are you doing? And before we get any much further from this, let's go back here and take a look, see what happened up here in turns 1 and 2. The 300 came down, tapped Joe Bonner, and came up right in front of... I'm not sure who that was, but that might have been Aaron Rowland in that number 66 machine. Dwayne Davis showed that he had some sort of issue. Oh, he got turned here on the front straightaway. Alright, but we're going to stay green flag here at Daytona as these drivers will come out of turn number 4. And they're coming down 10 laps to go. Terry Fennell, Ronald Piles, Truth Hope, Barry Nelson, your top 4. These 4 drivers out front, they are very dysfunctional in terms of lineage. But they're still able to hold just about a 6-second lead back to that 5th place of Kirby, Wainscott, Stidham, Morris, and Teft. So these guys out here doing pretty decent for the time being, as they will exit turn 4, come back to the start-finish line. Oh, we have a caution now. Andrew Teft is off track in that number 98 machine, along with that 711 machine of Trevor Fettig. He's having issues. Aaron Rowland as well. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened.
Well, I was riding in the cockpit view of our leaders there to see if I could see if they'd lose fuel pressure or not. I don't think it's going to matter now. They might. Yeah, it looked like Aaron Rowland in that number 66 machine. He blipped off the throttle, it looks like, just a little bit, because that number 98 machine just got a really quick run on him and just got right into the back of him, spun him around into the 711 machine. And Steve Vest was also involved in this one. So very unfortunate for those drivers, but now it's going to be interesting to see what will our top 4 or 5 drivers do here as they come out of turn number 4. And it looks like they will be making their way down pit road. Kensley Smith, he's going to stay out. He's, I believe, going to be your lucky dog. And away they go. Joe Bonner is going to beat the field out. Yeah, so Joe Bonner back in that 15th spot. Truth Hope, Barry Nelson, Terry Fennell, Jonathan Stidham, and Andrew Teft will be your top 5 coming out of the pits. Steve Sizemore up in that 4th spot for the moment. So Richie Joplin, Ryan Warp, and Aaron Roth, I believe they all stayed out this time. Yep, those drivers stayed out. Yeah, those 4 drivers stayed out, so they're good to go till the end of this race. Alright, so the pace lights should be off this time. A couple drivers getting the wave around here. Blake Viken in that number 84, he's going to take that wave around. Andrew Teft in that number 98 machine, he's coming back down to get some final repairs done on his machine. When we come back, green flag race in Dakota, we're going to have probably just about 8 laps left.
7.
I believe we should have about 6
Seven,
to go.
6, yeah.
Go back green.
Something like that. 6 laps to go, 7 laps. It's going to be under 10 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. My math ain't mathing here today. But I can tell you right now, Richie Joplin in that number 89 has moved up 9 spots. Ryan Warp in that number 45 has moved up 10 spots. Aaron Roth in that 57, 11 spots. And Steve Sizemore also moved up 9 spots to come up into that 4th spot. So really big gains by your top 4 here. And as of right now, your biggest mover of the race is going to be Kirby Wainscott in that number 10 machine, who's up in that who's moved up 12 spots. And right now, the worst mover of the race is going to be Kyle Hess in that number 86 machine, who is back in that 22nd spot, but he is out of the race.
So I will say, Truth Hope can somehow win this race. That would lock him in. He's currently 15th in points, and I believe that would put out Cassell. No, hold on. Yes, Cassell.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and green flag is back out here at Daytona. Richie Joplin, Ryan Warp, your front 2 drivers on the front rows here, as they will come out of the travel head back down towards turn number 1, and they are literally drag racing up into turn number 1. Ryan Warp kind of had the small advantage there. That 08 machine of Sizemore all over the back end of Warp, and we're going to see what kind of stuff they can do on that outside. That outside lane has not worked out very well for anybody, so it's going to be very interesting to see if Warp and Sizemore can make something happen here in the final 6 laps of this race.
See someone get really loose on one of these bushes. It's going through the inside of the 45 there on that outside line. But they're going to be able to get it back, straightened back out, but they did lose a lot of momentum to that inside line. Truth Token that beats
there it goes. Ryan Warp is around right back up in front of everybody. And that's going to bring out another caution here. That 53 Joe Bonner with a blown engine. Trevor Fatigue had to get a jump to the pits as well. Aaron Rowland, Steve Vest, I believe, possibly involved here in this one as well. But let's go back here and take a look, see what happened.
I think Steve Vest just stopped, so he wouldn't get involved in it. So he's actually good to go. I think he might actually be a lucky dog right now as well.
Yeah, Ryan Warp in that number 45 machine got turned off the nose of that 08 down right in front of that 50 of Terry Fennell. And then you guys just see Ryan Warp coming back right in front of the field. Nowhere to go for that 7-Eleven machine. He turns up towards the outside wall. Steve Cassell in that number 1 machine absolutely just gets turned sideways. As I lost people. But yeah, you see Timothy Eisburn once again in that number 92. And that 53 of Joe Bonner gets airborne after bouncing off the inside wall there. Let's go back here and let's watch full speed as they come through the trial. Hard hit to that driver's side. All right. I think that's going to bring us... might bring us down to a green-white-checkered here.
Yeah, and how many green-white-checkered attempts do we have for today?
3.
3, so... I don't think we'll use them all, but I got a feeling we might get at least two Green-White-Checkers here.
Yeah, definitely very possible. Looks like we do have more drivers out of this race. Cassell's out, Bonner is out, Fetig might be out, Sale, he is out, Davis is out, Hess is out, Eisberg, he's back down in pits, but he might be out of this as well because of the blown engine there. And Jack Kelly in that number 38 is also out of this race. And right now, only your top 10 is currently out on track. Everybody else is down pit road, possibly getting some damage done on their race cars. Yeah, so I believe this might be a Green-White-Checkered here.
It should be, as whenever across the line to go to 2 to go, and it should just put it into an actual Green-White-Checkered, not a natural here. So this will be 1 to 3 uses, I would assume. Because if not, we'll be going back green with 1 to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think they do that.
That would be cool, you know, go back green, no more cautions, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Mr. Sizemore, I think he got an EOL for that last incident there, so he is going to have to start in the back, which, you know, could, I don't know if he'll win the racing back there, but it could potentially come back to be a good thing here, as they still got to make it around the track, at least two solid laps without an incident. If he's in the back and they wreck, he's got ample time to try to check up and, you know, avoid everything there.
Yeah, he's definitely got his work cut out for him coming back from that 13th spot. We do got 1 to go before we go back green flag.
Green-White-Checkered is going to be 1 of 3. Joplin going to be leading us back to the green. Aaron Roth on his outside. Joplin looking for Truth Hope to give him a good push here, and Aaron Roth's going to be looking for Barry Nelson to give him a wonderful push on that outside line as well. But so far as we've seen, that outside line has just not been able to get the push they need. Every time they get connected, it seems like the car is getting a little on the wild side on the exit here. So they might have to change up the strategy a little bit.
You know, I'm looking at this. I believe this is a natural Green-White-Checkered. Because they're coming to lap 79, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but there's only 80 laps in the race, so the race got extended to 81 laps.
Gotcha.
So it should, like I said, I believe it's the first 3. But alright, pace truck should be pulling off here very shortly, and we're going to go back to green flag racing. Again, Richie Joplin going to be leading us back to the green. Aaron Ross going to be looking to try to get a groove restart on that outside and potentially get down in front of Richie Joplin here, but we'll have to see how that works out for them.
Yep, definitely. So Richie Joplin, Aaron Roth bringing out your front row. Truth Hope, Barry Nelson is your top 4. We are back green flag racing. Joplin out to a really good lead here. Truth Hoken at number 55 was able to stick it right behind him, and he's going to get on the inside of Roth as they head down here into turn number 1. And they're going to run side by side for that second spot. We know that outside lane has not worked out very well for these drivers. So it's going to be very interesting to see how well that outside lane is going to work now, as you see Barry Nelson all over the back bumper of Aaron Roth in that number 57 coming down the back straightaway. looking to make it work on the outside. Aaron Roth gets pushed out to the front. He is not going to be able... No, he will get in front of Richie Joplin, but here comes Barry Nelson in that number 28, working his way to the outside with that 42. Jonathan Stidham behind him, and trying to take over that second spot. White flag is out this time. One more lap around this 2.5-mile super speedway. Right now, Barry Nelson has the line. They're looking to go 3 wide for that second spot. Hold on to it. Stidham falling back behind.
Oh, we got a wreck. Oh, wait around on the apron.
Aaron Roth looking for a run here on Barry Nelson. Is he going to take it? No, he is not. Steve Sizemore is around over in turns number 1 and 2. Here they come up in turns 3 and 4 once again. Aaron Roth all over the back bumper, that number 28 machine of Barry Nelson. This win, I believe, will get Barry Nelson into the playoffs. Coming to the start-finish line, Barry Nelson will win it here at Daytona, followed by Aaron Roth, Richie Joplin, Truth Hoke, and Jonathan Stidham will run out your top 5.
All right, Barry Nelson was already basically 50 points.
Oh, okay, cool.
Definitely give him a good boost in points here going into the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely a really good boost there for Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine.
Let's try to do a little bit of math here, right? So we got Steve Cassell 12th in points, Kyle Hess 11th, them two tied, and Steve Vest with 172 points, 1 point behind. So Steve Vest finished 13th. Cassell finished 17th. So I believe that is going to put Vest in over Cassell. Well, where's Kyle Hess at?
Yeah, I believe that is going to be the truth there.
Where did Kyle Hess finish?
Yeah.
I think both of the Steves are going to get in. Unfortunately, that's going to put Kyle Hess out as he finished 23rd.
Yep. But Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine, he's looking to start burning it down here on the front straightaway.
Definitely should have had no issue burning it down as these things have been loose all day. Alright, if we can get the top 3 in the booth, please, if y'all are listening to the broadcaster.
Yep. So let's come back here and take a look, see what happened to Steve Sizemore. He got a little help from behind, turned him sideways. That's definitely very unfortunate there for Steve.
I'm waiting to see if Mr. Nelson's going to blow his engine or not, because he's had that thing on the chip for a good minute.
Sounds like he's trying to.
I'm starting to see a little bit of smoke.
There it goes. Nope, somebody else is in your blue.
Absolutely insane. He's full throttle on the grass and he's not going anywhere.
There it goes.
Alrighty, let's go check. You want to go over our race results real quick while we're waiting?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here at our race results, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are right here. Alright, your race winner is going to be Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine, followed... Yeah, if it would show the correct ones first. So Barry Nelson in that number 28 machine will be first. Or are you not working? There we go. Alright. Again, Barry Nelson first, Aaron Ross second, Richie Joplin third, Truth Hoke fourth, Jonathan Stidham will come home fifth, Kirby Wayne Scott sixth, Ronald Piles will be 7th. Kensley Smith 8th. Blake Viken fought his way back to that 9th spot. Ryan Warp fell all the way back to that 10th spot. Andrew Teft, Terry Fennell, Steve Vest, Robert Morris, Steve Sizemore, Aaron Rowland, Trevor Fetzig, Joe Bonner, Steve Cassell, and Austin Sale will round out your top 20. 21st is going to be Dwayne Davis, Timothy Eisburn, 23rd, 23rd, Kyle Hess, and Jack Kelly will round out your field for your night here at Daytona. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting our top 3 up here in the booth.
What's going on, Charles? It's Dakota and Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got you.
Man, oh man, it looks so hard to pass today. Walk us through a little bit of your race.
I don't like the drafting package on this car. You just can't. You gotta have a lot of help just to get by them, people. But it was a good, interesting race. Had a lot of cautions. Had to do the fuel strategy thing, and it was just interesting with this drafting package on this car. It's kind of I ain't figured it out yet, but it was good. It's a good finish for me. My teammates got wrecked out. I didn't have any teammates at the end, so had to do it all by myself.
Man, did you think you were going to bring it home third today after that at the beginning of that last restart there?
No, I was a sitting duck. I mean, I was the leader. I was thinking, yeah, I'm sitting duck. They're gonna go by me. I wasn't. I was thinking maybe fifth on back, I might have finished. But I'll take a third.
Yeah, but congratulations on your third place finish there. I'm gonna let Mike ask you a few questions.
Yeah, just what a wonderful day for you, coming all the way, coming up, through the field to get, first place. Just how was the race all around for you, without your teammates?
Oh, my race was fine. I mean, I enjoyed the car around here. I liked how bumpy the track is, and you got to drive it and all that good stuff. I mean, I'm comfortable with that. Just watching out for other people that sometimes that don't like a draft or or make a little bit of mistake, and you got to watch out and give a little bit. And there's a couple times I had to give and brake and lose my momentum so I wouldn't cause a big wreck. And just luckily I didn't. I had to use my fast repair at the very beginning, and I didn't. I missed most of the other wrecks, so I'm glad that happened. I had some good luck at the end finally on a plate track.
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations there, and we'll see you next week when we head to Talladega in the trucks.
Yeah, but before we let you go, is there anyone you want to shout out real quick?
Yeah, I want to throw out a couple of my sponsors: Flamin' Carmen Designs, Ally Wheel Repair, and Navy Joe Coffee, and Outlier Speed Company. I mean, if you need some open sets, go check them out. That's about it.
Alrighty, bud. Well, like Mike said, we're gonna go ahead and let you go, man. Celebrate your third place finish here, and have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 89 machine, Richie Joplin. Let's go ahead and bring up our second place.
Haven't been up.
Runner-up, Aaron Roth in that number 57 Chevy. Aaron, it's Mike and Dakota up in the booth. Got a copy.
I do.
Aaron, what a day for you. It was a big up and down day. You ended up bringing it home second. How was your day today? And just talk about the fight getting your car back to the front.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm a little wore out. It's this track's a little rough. I haven't ran this track for a while. I forgot what it was like. So we were running good, and sometimes you just got to use the restroom. So that's why we had a long pit. And then I said, well, we'll get back up there.
Yeah, definitely. And you were caught up in a couple of the incidents out there, but for the majority, you were able to avoid. And just what kind of momentum will this help with your championship run?
I I'm pretty excited, but I think I can do pretty good in the chase here, as long as you stay out of trouble. I think we got a shot at it.
Yeah, next week we head over to Talladega in the trucks, and I know that number 57, pickup. It's pretty wicked fast at Talladega, so
That's my favorite trucks at Dega.
yeah, so we're definitely going to be excited to see what you can do next week. Dakota, do you have any questions for Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron, I think with you getting second today, that's going to put you ahead of Andrew Tess and put you second points behind Kinsley Smith. So that's also another thing to look forward to there as well. But did you think he was going to finish second place today after the way things have been going through the rest of the race?
I thought we had a top 10 car, I felt like. And it was just, this car is so, at one point you could really go, and then at another point you would be just stuck somewhere. So it was hard to tell. I thought we had a top 10 car, but it was hard to tell where you would actually end up. So pretty happy with second. I couldn't make a run on him there at the end. So
yeah, these cars kind of remind me of the 87s, where the first few laps you can kind of run that outside line a little bit, but after that it just seems like it's dead in a sense.
Yeah, and he just didn't know the inside would go, then the outside would, and he just had to just go with what you had.
Yeah, that is fair. But is there anyone you want to shout out or thank?
Just my Chaos crew and the Cat 5 team and friends and people watching, and you guys and Andrew.
We appreciate that, man. But I think we're going to go ahead and let you go and let you
Shoot.
celebrate your P2 finish there. And congratulations again.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Yep, see you next week, sir.
Ladies and
right.
gentlemen, second place driver Aaron Roth in that number 57 Chevrolet. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up the man of the hour, driver of... Where you at?
The number 28.
The number 28, Barry Nelson. Barry, Mike, and Dakota up in the booth. Got a copy.
What's happening, guys?
What is up, Barry? Man, what a up and down day once again for you in that number 28 machine. Walk us through your day and that final restart. What was going through your mind there the last couple of laps?
Well, it's hard to say. You kind of got to push the guy in front of you. You got to stay close, and that's what makes them lines move. That was the only restart I remember that, like, the top line kind of moved forward. I restarted twice on the outside, and both times felt like we fall back 3 or 4 spots. It's just like the outside wouldn't go. I didn't understand that, and then all of a sudden it worked. So I was kind of lost there, but I took it for what it was,
Yeah, we're definitely talking about that. And probably about like 3/4 of the way through, it seemed like you were struggling staying behind the drivers in front of you. Was that just because the air throwing you back and forth, or was it just that bumpy?
It was extremely bumpy in these cars tonight. With these cars and the old Daytona, it was a handful. Halfway through, I didn't think I was gonna finish.
Yeah, definitely. Dakota, do you have any questions for our race winner here tonight?
Yeah, what's this win going to do for you going into the playoffs here?
I mean, it builds a little momentum, with these super speedway races, it's a roll of the dice. You never know what you're gonna get caught up in. Like we had the big pile up on that one restart where the leader got spun. I mean, you don't expect stuff like that to happen, but hopefully we take it and build on it and move forward.
That is a very good point there. If you had to go back at any point in the race, if you could change something that happened, what would you change?
A couple times going to the outside and going from like 5th, 6th to 15th. It just, you got to learn how to time these runs.
That is fair. And then last question for you. You were talking about how the track was really bumpy. Was it making the wheel feel like floaty, like you're kind of in the air, or is it more just the bumps is making the car jerk all over the place?
Yeah, to me, a little bit of both. Like it feel a little light in the front end, but then like you was catching right, catching left, catching right. It's just
Oh yeah.
want
Uh,
the smoothest feel to me, but
as,
that could just be me.
as someone that builds setups, I absolutely hate when cars feel out of places. They'll throw a lot of ballast towards the rear of the car, and it makes the front end feel like really light, like you have no force feedback. And I
Hmm.
absolutely despise it.
Yeah,
This,
if you guys go back and watch some in car from like the cockpit view, you can see the car in front of the other car. The back just looks like it's just bouncing.
Yep.
It's just
oh yeah.
it's just visually it kind of throwed me off seeing that.
Well, congratulations on your first place finish. Is there anyone you want to shout out, sir?
Oh yeah, old Misfit Racing. You got Truth, Terry, and Troy, Jesse. You guys took me on this year and taught me a lot about this iRacing stuff. I'm new to iRacing, so they led me in the right direction on a lot of things.
That is a very fair point, but for you to be new to iRacing, you're currently sitting top five in points. You just got to win. I mean, you're picking it up pretty fast, man.
Yeah. Well, tell a lot of people we race in real life down here in Georgia, and comparing the two, it's you lose that in car feel. You don't get it in the sim, so it's a learning curve.
Yeah, that is something I haven't necessarily done professional racing, but as someone who's done
Okay.
a few illegal activities, it is a lot different driving on a sim versus in real life because you can't feel like the body roll of the car, and it's a
Exactly. Yeah.
little harder to tell when you're about to lose grip and stuff.
That's right. Yeah. Racing dirt since '02, and you kind of drive by your seat, and you don't have that here. It's a whole different ball game.
Oh yeah, for sure. But again, congratulations on your first place finish, sir. And we're gonna go ahead and let you go for the night. And I hope you celebrate your
Appreciate it.
win.
Yeah, all right, buddy. Thank you.
Yep. We'll see you next week.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your race winner driver, that number 28 machine, Barry Nelson. All around, what a crazy race it was today here at Daytona International Speedway. 81 laps of pure chaos. We've seen it all. Crashes at the start of restarts and in the middle of corners, down the backstretch. Man, just all around, chaos for today. Dakota, next week we're heading up to Talladega for round 1 of the chase. What's your thoughts for the remainder 4 or 5 races here as we get ready to close out this season?
Tell you what, give me 1 second to go double check the schedule again here. So season 4. So we're going to Daytona the trucks. That should be a really good race. I will say the new draft package on the trucks is gonna make it a little iffy, but I think it overall to be a good race. Next gen in Atlanta, you can push them things hard as hell. It's very hard to spin them out, but it does happen, so that should be a good race as well. The iRacing Superspeedway in the Gen 4, that is going to be very interesting with that big dip. The people were complaining about bumps today, but that going into the entry and the exit of that track is going to be a huge drop down and go up like a bump. So that should be an interesting one there. And to finish the season, we got a classic Daytona next gen. So I mean, that'll definitely be a solid race. This next gen does really well at super speedways. Just kind of a boring. I would say more boring car because there's less or there's more room for error in those cars. It seems like they're purpose built to be a little more resilient and such.
Yeah, definitely. And well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us right here on Racers Elite Network. Remember, tune in tomorrow, start time noon Eastern, where we will do our cannonball run up Mount Washington with the rally cars. You guys will not want to miss that. It's going to be an absolute dirt of a time. On behalf of everybody here at Racers Elite, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys all tomorrow. And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. If it's not fun, you go and make it fun. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a beautiful time zone.
He's opening the door right